Much better.
I gotta like.
You look like you would be a disc jockey.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, with the way like your mic's set up and everything, you know?
Welcome back to.
Oh my God. You just blew out some little kid's eardrums in the back seat of his dad's car.
The kids should not be listening to this. You've been warned. You've been warned.
Well,
Now that we got to talk about having like jihad on us, right?
Oh my God, bro, we're in trouble.
You're in trouble. No one knows me. No, I'm just kidding.
I guess I'm in trouble.
Ben, what is going on, man? How the heck are you?
I'm good, except for I'm gonna get jihaded.
You're gonna get jihaded, dude. This is crazy. What's happening, man?
Yeah.
What is this? Is it the end of the world?
Not yet, but we're close, bro. Listen, none of my other predictions have really come true. People come back. People circle back after my predictions don't come true on Instagram.
Do they?
Yeah.
Did they give you shit?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
And they're like, I'm still here.
I love it.
Hey, and every time I think our followers get it. And every time I'm like, you are? That sucks. I'm in heaven. You got left behind.
You just don't respond for like a week, and they're like, oh man.
No way. I respond, bro. I tell them they got left behind.
Bro, so many people are talking about like rapture stuff now, and
yeah,
but also so much pushback against it too. I'm hearing more and more.
Like what? Like what context?
So there's this guy I was following, and I know him. He was a son of a pastor that I went to his church, and
the son of a preacher man.
Yeah, and now he's a pastor himself at a church out in Arizona.
Uh-huh.
And he posted something today, and it was actually really clever.
Is he getting jihaded?
Actually, he didn't get into that. He was just talking about rapture stuff. Okay. But you know how people have the slides where like you can slide through like the carousel on Instagram, and then like you could see different text. Like there's quite a few of these accounts where they'll post like some text like God loves you, and then you slide, and then they'll have like a verse, and they'll slide again, and like 6 or 7 slides, whatever. And
I don't follow any of those.
Yeah. Okay. Are you even a Christian? No, so he posted something like all the historical pastors who have preached on the rapture, and then it's like blank screen, blank screen, blank screen, blank screen. Like he has like 6 or 7 just blank screens. There's like no historical pastors.
No historical pastors?
Dude, I gotta find it. It's so good.
Okay.
I'll find it because I'm butchering it really quick. I don't think I sent it to you. Should I say his name?
No, because then he's going to get jihaded.
Yeah, anyone who's going to be connected to Menace might get jihaded.
Friday the 13th.
Is it
coming.
jihaded or jihaded?
Wow.
Okay, so he wrote favorite church father quotes on the rapture.
Okay.
And then it was like slide. It's just blank, 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 blank. But then check it out, dude. This guy's brother wrote, he had some big pastors actually that quoted. And then his brother, who's also a pastor, wrote, but ... the money made pretending the rapture is biblical funded at the Chosen series. So it was worth it.
Funded at the Chosen
series? So check this out. So the Chosen series, Dallas Jenkins,
yeah,
his dad wrote the Left Behind series, or co-wrote.
Really?
The Left Behind series. Those like, I don't know how many books, 7 or 8 books, whatever there were.
Wow.
Yeah, he co-wrote them. Dr. Jenkins, Jerry Jenkins or something. And so the brother said, so the money made pretending the rapture is biblical funded the Chosen series. So that's a jab.
Wow.
He jabbed it
at Chosen.
At Chosen. Now, you want to hear what's even crazier, my friend Ben?
Yeah.
Is they were all part of the same church at one point. They were like this, like close.
These guys and
These
the
guys
Chosen guy?
with Dallas Jenkins. Yeah, I thought like that's how I met Dallas.
Wow.
Is through these guys.
Do you think he's going to get jihaded too now?
For sure, dude.
Oh my God.
For sure, dude. We're all getting jihaded,
Dude,
bro.
what's happening right now?
They're all coming through the southern border.
I'm scared.
I don't know if we can post that, but
Can't post what?
What we just talked about.
Of course we can.
Okay, we're gonna get jihaded anyway.
We're gonna get freaking so can't get any worse than that.
So Ben, before we go any further, hang on, Ben.
Yeah.
What are you wearing, man? Look at that, dude.
Wearing this beautiful t-shirt. Wait. Ah, shoot.
That is the coolest t-shirt I've ever
go.
seen. Is that Supreme t-shirt?
This is not a Supreme t-shirt.
Is it Dolce & Gabbana? Is it Versace?
This is Bennis and Gabbana.
The Bennis and Gabbana.
This is coming soon to jihaded Instagram account near you.
It's going to go up in price after you get jihaded.
Yeah. Exactly.
Our followers are going to skyrocket, dude. We're going to take off.
Guys, the internet is vicious. Let me just tell you.
Tell us, Ben. What's been happening? Who's been hurting your feelings, Ben?
Just a lot of people, bro. A lot of threats. You know?
Ben, are you gonna like go into hiding and never come out?
Listen, I'm not suicidal. I love my life. I love my wife. I have no tendencies.
Oh man,
bro, just the internet's wild. That's all I gotta say.
Wow.
I've learned a lesson that I shouldn't post anything about current events in a certain part of the world. You know, because
but you're just warning people. You didn't do anything bad. You just
I know, bro. I know.
It's not even like a real. You're just reposting what someone else is trying to warn us. You know, you're just stating.
Listen, I'm just gonna. So basically, I posted a tweet from the Sovereign Bra, which is a great follow on Twitter, by the way.
Yes, it is. Yes,
shout out to Sovereign Bra. And he basically just quoted what the leader of freaking Hamas said, which is, hey, Friday the 13th, we want like Muslims to consider global jihad so that we can like take back Jerusalem, and we want people to come to the border of Israel. And it was like a thing about support for their mission out there in the Middle East, but also a call for global jihad. So this guy was just saying like, hey, on Friday the 13th, everybody just watch out, you know? And so I reposted him saying, hey, everybody watch out, because this is what the guy is calling for. The Hamas leader guy is calling for. And then I posted the Hamas leader guy's quote, and the internet decided to jihad me. Okay. And like people were like, free Palestine, and like,
wow, talking
about how I'm a Zionist, and like, I'm just like, I just don't want to get jihaded. You know what I mean? Like,
all right, but did you watch the video? Did you watch the video?
Real quick, just saying, hey, be careful on Friday the 13th.
Right.
Is not saying that I'm a Zionist and that I'm anti-Palestine, and like, it's just like, hey, be careful over there. But now I'm gonna die. So, anywho,
well, we'll pray for you, Ben.
Thanks, bro.
Did you watch the video though of the Hamas leader or whatever that guy was, whoever that guy was? I watched it.
No, I didn't watch it because I was too busy replying to comments.
Please don't kill me.
Yeah.
I get that. I was watching while you were doing that. I was watching while you were trying to save your life. I was watching the video and with subtitles, and it's pretty gnarly, dude. Like he really did do that. Like it's for real.
Okay. Yeah. One of the guys was like, you guys are mistranslating what jihad means. It means an internal struggle to find peace in oneself. And I'm like, you mean the guy's calling everybody across the world to find like inner peace among, like it made no sense. Oh my God.
Oh man, dude, these
It
people
was
are so
epic.
lost, man.
Yeah, it's pretty sad.
Do you know? Okay, so here's a question for you. So, yeah, I know. There was always tension, right? There always will be tension.
Yeah.
There's always going to be war. They're always throwing rockets. They're always doing stuff, right? Like, but like the timing of all this, like, because if you consider, like, okay, America is like the biggest supporter of Israel, right? The U.S.
And the biggest. Okay, go on. Never mind.
No. You need to finish that.
No,
No, you don't want to. You got to get jihaded from the American side too.
I'm gonna get Epstein.
It's not looking good for you, man.
Dude, I'm done. I'm done. You see this cord right here? This would not support my weight. Okay. I love life.
Ben, I will not replace you on Ben is the Menace. If something ever happens, I'll just.
If I'm done, hey, the show will just be called Annie's.
Annie's.
Annie's the Menace.
Oh my goodness. And all right, so like the timing of all this, because like UFOs disappeared all of a sudden, right? Like if you think, it's just like, okay, like the COVID lockdown thing that was supposed to happen, no one cares. COVID, no one cares anymore. Like, remember it was coming back and all this stuff.
Yeah.
But like, it just seems like whatever is on media, right? Whatever they're shoving in our faces is all that matters to everybody. And they're turning it on and off, like whatever they want, whenever they want.
For sure.
Right? Like
for sure.
This is getting to a point where I think a lot of these like events and everything that's happening, and I know it's real. Like I know people are dying. I know, like, dude, the 40 babies or whatever that got burned alive, or kids that got burned alive, and then like the beheaded, like that's some crazy shit, man. Like it's happening.
I've heard that's not true, but then I've also heard that it is confirmed and it is true. So I don't know, fog of war. There could be propaganda mixed in and sprinkled in to get people riled up for their cause, right? Because even Americans were saying like, oh, they were throwing babies out of incubators, right, in Iraq. And that was like trying to get people to have an emotional response to what? They're killing babies,
That's true.
But to be honest with you, man, it's there's some shenanigans afoot for sure. Listen, Israel has the most advanced surveillance network in the world, better than freaking America, better than Russia, better than China. These guys are on it. They know everything that's happening around them. Okay. You're telling me that hundreds and hundreds of soldiers have been training. Okay. This was an operation. This was a military operation with hundreds and hundreds of soldiers involved, executed like tactfully, okay, with arms, with freaking paragliders, with boats, with cars, with trucks, with bulldozers, with bombs, and the most advanced surveillance apparatus in the world had no idea this has been happening for months.
Right.
Months.
Yeah.
And they hit 17. They hit 17 cities simultaneously, and nobody was aware that it was coming. I don't buy that at all.
No,
at all.
Me either.
These guys can see a freaking fart on their radar across in Gaza, but they didn't know this was freaking coming. I don't buy that at all. Yeah. It's also very curious that, again, I love my life. I would never do anything to harm myself. Okay. It's also curious that our boy Netanyahu out there, that guy was on the ropes just a little while ago because he was ousted as prime minister. Fraud,
can you do you know that whole story?
Fraud. It was something about laundering money, and
I didn't know it was fraud.
In trouble too. It was something about money and stealing, and it was just these trumped up charges, right?
How is he back now?
Oh, because he went to court, and they still, even though he was in court, I think there was another election, and he won that election because he's very, very popular.
Sure.
Okay, but then all the charges disappeared. Then he started putting in his own judges and like the Supreme Court. There's this big thing going on where he's like moving in Israel, taking some pretty drastic steps, and not everybody's on board, even though a lot of people there do like him because he's a very strong leader, you know? So everything against him kind of goes away. All right. And he's back in power. And then within a short matter of time, this happens. Right. And supposedly nobody knew anything about it. But it's like, dude, how did this get by? And like, dude, to me, just because obviously my tinfoil hat is on hardcore right now, to me, it was like the guy got deep state attacked. Him and his family and his wife got ousted, got all these charges put up against him. And to me, the theory is like, they came to him and were probably like, hey, we'll give you power back. You just have to play ball when the time comes. And this is the time that he's playing ball. You see what I'm saying? Because there's no way in hell that they didn't see this coming. There's just no way. That's impossible.
No, you make a great point, man.
Right? It's like all these dorks that like pull off terrorist attacks in America. And then they're like, they were on FBI watch lists. And it's like, what were they watching? Like if they were on the list, what were they doing with that list? Yeah, you know what I mean?
So true, dude. And what's happening here too, like with the borders, they're saying that most of the people that are coming through the borders are like from Syria. Did you read that?
Not that most are from Syria, but there's a lot coming in from Syria, from Pakistan, from all over the Middle East. They said they have over like 160 that have come across that met the criteria for terrorist threats, and they've lost track of all of them in the US. So it's like, dude, it's a disaster. It's a disaster. And I'm like, I'm not trying to like fearmonger. No, you know what I mean? Sure. And that's the other thing people keep saying. Like, I'll post something, even today, posting like, hey, the leader of Hamas is calling for global jihad on Friday the 13th. Be careful. And people are like, fearmongerer. And I'm like, what do you mean? I'm literally just showing you what this guy is saying, and I'm telling you to be careful. So it's not like I'm telling you, hey, the world's ending on Friday the 13th. That would be fear-mongering. I'm just trying to make people aware of what the freaking world, what's going on in the world. You know what I mean? Make your own choices. If you're fearful, get right with God, and he'll sort it out for you. You know, I'm not fear-mongering or trying to make anybody feel any way.
Crazy stuff though, man.
Those are my 2 cents.
You know, yeah, I mean, I wonder...
and on top of all that, the turn of the freaking frog's gay.
You sounded just like him.
Really?
Like Alex Jones, yeah. Alex Jones is right about everything, guys.
Been right about everything.
He hasn't been wrong yet. I mean...
Dude, yeah, he hasn't. I wonder what he's saying about all this stuff. I'd be interested to tune in.
Yeah, I don't follow as much. Yeah,
I haven't listened in a while. It was too much. He was giving me anxiety, you know?
Yeah, he does do that. Yeah, for me too. I kind of want him back on Rogan. I want to hear something like him on Rogan again. That'd be nice.
That'd be cool. Yeah, that would be a great reoccurring guest because Rogan kind of grounds him.
He does. I mean? He does a really good job at like pulling him back in. Like, hey, you just said this, and then you said this. Like, that doesn't make sense. You know, he does a good job at that. Like, I love that. And I think they have respect for each other too. So
I do think his description of the spiritual warfare we're encountering is pretty damn accurate, where he calls these spirits interdimensional vampires.
Right.
Bro.
Demons. He says demons.
Good. Like, yeah. He's like, they are demons. Interdimensional vampire.
Oh my gosh, you sound just like him.
Really?
That's so good. Yeah.
Dude, one of these days I'll come dressed up as him and we'll do the whole show as Alex Jones.
That'd be so good. That'd be really good, actually. I'd watch that.
I'd watch that.
So dumb.
I'll watch us watching it.
Man, dude. Like, all right. So, I mean, we have war in Ukraine. We have war in Israel.
Oh my gosh.
We have the collapse of the dollar, right? The government shutdown might happen. Oh, that was what I was going to say earlier, because like the timing of this, because even with this government shutdown thing, like, I was thinking about this earlier today. They're like, I mean, even with like the Elections coming up next year, right? Like it's starting. Maybe, yeah. They probably won't even have it, yeah. But like we have this. It should be like right now we should be ramping up towards election year, right? Like now should be the time.
Right.
And like think about this government shutdown though too, because if you shut down the government, and we got rid of the speaker of the House, right? And now like we got Steve Scalise or whatever now.
Bro, there's so much happening.
Right. Like you don't even know like what's but like if you think about the whole government shutdown thing, if they shut down the government, they can't give money to Israel. They can't fund,
I'm sure they can still fund Ukraine.
Well, yeah. And they talked about that today. They're like, yeah, we're still looking at how much to give to you. I'm like, what? Like, how is this even happening? Dude, that whole thing is just such a cluster.
I think that is such an obvious money laundering operation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And listen, I'm not agreeing with like what Russia's doing. I'm not agreeing with what Ukraine's doing. I'm not agreeing with what America's doing. I think Trump said it best. We just want people to stop freaking dying. Yeah, Nobody cares about where you put a border on a map. Nobody cares. What we do care about is that there's almost 400,000 dead Ukrainians.
Wow, is that the number, really?
It's almost 400,000. Okay. That's insane. Do you understand that like that country's done? The country's done.
Dude,
it doesn't exist anymore. It doesn't exist anymore. Like and guess what? It's not as a result of Russia going in and being like, haha, I'm going to kill 400,000 of you. Actually, let me do that better. I'm going to killing 400,000. You know what I mean? That's not what happened.
Not as good as Alex Jones, but pretty good.
Damn it! I'm going to kill 400,000.
Yes, right there. So good.
Okay, so they didn't die as a result of like the intent of Russia from the beginning. Those folks ended up dying because the West got involved and dragged this thing out way longer than it should have. You know what I mean? Yeah. Had they, and again, it doesn't mean that this is right, what Russia did, but had they come to an agreement to like take a territory from Ukraine in the beginning, you'd have 400,000 people alive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So our involvement, like America's involvement and the eagerness to like keep sending money, let me ask you this. What's the money doing?
Yeah.
Everybody's dead.
Yeah.
Everybody's dead. Like, what do you...
Dude,
how's the money stopping?
How's
the money stopping anything?
Yeah, it's not. No, it's laundering for sure. I mean, they got to be doing something with it though, right? It's not just lining people's pockets, because how many people are going to be lining? It's billions and billions and billions of dollars. Like, it's not like Zelensky's like, he needs 20 billion instead of 10 billion. Like, no, it's like there's something happening with the money. Like, it's going somewhere.
Right.
It's gotta be.
It's going somewhere, but don't you remember, like, even with the whole FTX thing, remember FTX was donating buku bucks to Ukraine as well.
Yeah.
Okay. It's almost like that territory is like a financial black box.
I think all the demons live there.
That's the pit of hell. No, listen, financially, like that's a
Antarctica.
banking. We'll get there. That's a banking black box, and anything that goes into there vanishes. Yeah. Nobody knows where it went. Nobody knows how it was spent. There's zero oversight. This was declared in the Senate that there is zero oversight over any of the money that's going to military operations in Ukraine. So we have no accounts, no receipts, no records. Nobody does.
And
it's literally
pay taxes.
It's a black hole, bro. It's a black hole. Okay. And so in my opinion, the powers that be here in this country that are for sending billions and billions over there, they know that this ship is sinking. They know we're going down. They know the dollar's done for.
Yeah, for sure.
And so what they're doing is they're pillaging, right? They're pillaging the silverware drawers as the ship's going down. And they're trying to amass for themselves as much money as they can, which they're probably converting to like rubles and yen.
So that's what I was going to ask. What are they converting it to? I mean, are they just
they could put it in Bitcoin. They could buy land. They could buy gold. They could do anything they freaking want. Just get as many dollars as possible while the printing presses are hot. Convert it into anything else, and they will have money once the dollar's done for. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And listen, and there's no consequences. There's no consequences. We all know this. We all see what's happening. And it's completely blatant and obvious. And there are no consequences. So why not do it? It's like,
well, yeah. I mean, it makes
it's
sense.
evil genius.
I mean, yeah. If you got no God to answer to, then I'd do it too. You know, I mean, let's be honest.
It's evil genius. It really, really is, man.
Yeah.
What a mess. But hey, this is a Christian podcast. So, Jesus.
Well, the cool thing is, you know, someone sent me something. Actually, someone who sent me that video of that Hamas leader or whoever that was. They were like, "Did you see this? You know, I'm freaking out." You know, and I'm like, "Dude, like, Jesus is in control of all of this." You know, like,
yeah.
And you can get sucked up into it, man, but you have no control over it. You know, and it's just going to cause you anxiety. You can't really plan ahead for anything. I mean, you can't. I mean, maybe you can plan like immediate stuff, like maybe like food and, you know, like
Right.
start planting and get chickens like you did, Ben, and like do all kinds of cool stuff. Yeah. Ben's a chicken man. Like do stuff like that, but like, you know, maybe arm up a little bit, you know? But there's not much you could do. Like you got to just continue living, right? You got to.
Yeah, man. Everybody's days are numbered. You can't do anything about it. Very little's in your control. Very, very, very little. The quicker you come to terms with that, the better off you'll be. But the most important thing is that you're right with your maker. You know what I mean? And even when people, like when I post stuff on Instagram and people are like calling me fear mongering and stuff, I'm like, I'm not telling you to be scared. Like, get right with your maker. You know, you call them this, I call them this. And hopefully somehow it leads to like a relationship with Jesus. You know, I've had some good conversations with people too that are like fearful and stuff. Because I think a lot of people are on edge, man. Like there's no way how wild everything's burning. Like everything's insane. It's only getting crazier and crazier and crazier. They're like not letting up off the gas. You know what I mean?
Since 2000, man, it's like been
it's been pedal to the metal, baby.
Yeah, on all levels, on all fronts, like health fronts, financial fronts, war, tensions, you know, between countries, all kinds of stuff, you know, political, border stuff. It's just one thing after another, and it's just causing so much anxiety. You know, I mean, all the way down to like even like gender, right, and you know, just like sexual stuff, right? The kids.
Dude, you're going to get jihaded so bad by the pink mafia.
Yeah, the pink mafia is strong these days, or at least on social media, they're strong. But yeah, like, you know, I mean, just even what's happening in Hollywood, like it's just everywhere you see. And that to me just points more to the Bible, though. You know, it just points more to, you know, how real the Bible is and how true it is. And what I do have to say this though, I do like what I'm seeing though, because I think you're seeing the separation like happening now. You're seeing more people like making stands and decisions on like, all right, whether they do believe in like in a creator God or not. You're seeing more people stand up, even in the young community, right? Standing up for God, and I think social media is a big advocate of this too, or a big, you know. It showcases this. You see more people standing up, more people speaking out about even like their belief in Jesus. So you see kind of both sides of it. Now there's some churches and there's some leaders that are really quiet about a lot of things, which is like pussies. Sorry, you have to use the beep.
I wish I had my sound bar. Shoot, that's what I forgot. My freaking media bar. Dang it.
Sorry, but I had to say it. But then you have like the teachers that are really standing up, right? You have pastors that are like pretty bold about stuff. Like, and I'm going to say it, Mark Driscoll, like he's really bold about a lot of stuff, you know? And then, and even like within Christianity, right? You have a lot of division even happening and a lot of, like, with this whole, like with the demon slayers, right? Have you, like, all these people who are like casting
Dude,
out?
no, you're so like up to date with stuff.
Yeah.
You're so trendy, bro.
It's so between 9 and 10 o'clock at night is like, I'll scroll like on Instagram. That's how I get all my stuff before I go to bed. But I look into that too. And I don't know, I'm seeing the divide like happening more and more, which I think is kind of a good thing too. I mean, what does it say in the Bible? Like the wheat and the will be separated from the tares. Yeah. And that's happening, man. I see it. I see it happening in families and friends. I see it happening in churches. Let's just talk like in the Christian space of things. You see it, like people are either like, they're starting to trust God more. They're starting to read their Bible more. They're starting to go to, be in community more, or they're really not. They're getting away from it completely. They're not really in between as much anymore. I'm starting to see that.
Yeah, there's definitely a polarization happening.
That's it, polarization.
But there are a lot of people that I've been seeing starting to like pronounce their faith in Christ. Who's the last one I saw? Oh, bro, it was on Rogan. Do you remember Sam Tripoli was on there for the Fight Companion?
Yeah.
And he was talking about how he's now like a Christian, and they all were like, what? What are you talking about?
Dude, I did not see that. No, I missed that.
I'll send it to you. Maybe I'll post it in here. It was actually, dude, it was pretty amazing. They ended up chatting about it for a little bit with him. He's got some quirky views about it, But everybody starts off kind of quirky, especially when you're coming from a background like his,
Right.
He's connecting some dots that aren't necessarily there, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, they read like probably for 2-3 minutes straight on the Rogan podcast for the Fight Companion. They freaking read like a chapter out of the Bible, and everybody, there was like 5 guys on the show. And as I think who was it? It was Callen. It was Brian Callen. He starts reading it. And as he's reading it, the background noise and the chatter just kind of dies down.
Wow.
And it's just him reading, dead silent. And then as he's reading, he starts kind of doing some voice acting and like projecting with a certain tone. And it was so freaking powerful. You could hear a freaking like pin drop in that room as he's reading this proverb. I'll post it. Maybe I'll clip it into here because it was just, dude, it was so like powerful,
Spiritual. I'm getting it, dog. I told you, dude. I'm into Jesus. I'm a holy roller now.
What happened?
Yeah, dude.
100% Christian?
Yeah.
When did you become a Christian?
I've just been doing deep dives into this stuff. So that's what I'm into. Jesus was like Patrick Swayze from Roadhouse, came down here, had a clean house. That's what his whole role was. That's literally what he did.
Everybody should read the Old Testament.
So
how about let him talk? Jesus Christ, Brian.
So what basically happened was that the angels mated with the daughters of men and created Nephilim. And Nephilim roamed the earth. A lot of people think a lot of these pagan gods are all these pagan gods were either fallen angels or Nephilim. And then the Nephilim went nuts and went into war with the fallen angels, and that's where the Battle of the Titans came from.
Yeah.
The back.
I'm beginning to think that all the answers to your life can be found if you read deeply into the Old and New Testament.
I'm getting into this. So
that's all
Oliver Anthony came on the podcast and started reading from the Bible, and it was some great shit.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Without a doubt, there's some wisdom in that Bible.
Dude,
now the serpent was more crafty than any wild animals the Lord God had made. He said to
the whole thing.
I'm trying.
He said to the woman, "Did God really say you must not eat from the tree in the garden?" The woman said to the serpent, "We may eat fruit from trees in the garden, but God did say you must not eat fruit from the tree that is in the middle of the garden, and you must not touch it or you will die." "You will not certainly die," the serpent said to the woman, "for God knows that when you eat from it, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil." Knowledge. When the woman saw that the fruit of the tree was good for food and pleasing to the eye and also desirable for gaining wisdom, she took some and ate it. She also gave some to her husband who was with her, and he ate it. Then the eyes of both of them were opened, and they realized they were naked. So they sewed fig leaves together and made coverings for themselves. Then the man and his wife heard the sound of the Lord God as he was walking in the garden in the cool of the day, and they hid from the Lord God among the trees of the garden. But Lord God called to the man, "Where are you?" Coverings for themselves. Then the man and his wife heard the desirable for gaining wisdom, she coverings for themselves. Then the man and his wife heard the sound of the Lord God as he was walking in the garden in the cool of the day, and they hid from the Lord God among the trees of the garden. But Lord God called to the man, "Where are you?" He answered, "I heard you in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, so I hid." And he said, "Who told you that you were naked? Have you eaten from the tree that I commanded you not to eat from?" The man said, "The woman put it here with me. She gave me some fruit from the tree, and I ate it." Then the Lord God said to the woman, "What is this you have done?" And the woman said, "The serpent deceived me, and I ate it." So the Lord God said to the serpent, "Because you have done this, cursed are you above all livestock and all wild animals. You will crawl on your belly. You will eat dust all the days of your life. And I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your offspring and hers. And he will crush your head, and you will strike his heel." And to the woman he said, "I will make your pains in childbearing very severe. With painful labor you will give birth to children. Your desire will be for your husband, and he will rule over you." And to Adam he said, "Because you have listened to your wife and ate the fruit from the tree." Is this too long?
How long? No.
No, just read the whole Bible.
"About which I commanded you, you must not eat it. Cursed is the ground because of you."
You want to hear a crazy thing?
Yep.
And that was like, the dude's got like 60 million followers or something on Spotify. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Or he had on YouTube.
Sam
I don't know
does?
what his numbers. No, Rogan.
Oh, Rogan. Yeah,
Rogan.
Yeah.
But it was such a crazy testament to Christianity. And Rogan's like, dude, he's very outspoken against Christianity, or at least has been. You know what I mean? And then not just that, but he had this other guy on there recently that was a Christian, I believe, physicist or something. I think his name's like Stephen A. Meyer or something. I bought his book. I've been listening to it, but I could be wrong
That
on the
sounds
name.
familiar.
And it's called The Return of the God Hypothesis. I think.
I know who you're talking about. It is Meyer, but I don't know if it's
Meyer?
Steve. But yeah. But Meyer for
Okay.
sure.
Really good. A lot of like scientific evidence pointing to the fact that there's a creator. I don't know, man. And even Rogan's made a statement recently where somebody asked him, and he's like, "Well, I can't say that there isn't a God." You know what I mean? And I'm just like, interesting. Things are starting to, I think people have really been kind of like shaken over the past 3 years, especially during COVID, bro. I think COVID and what happened and what's still happening has really shattered a lot of people's worldviews that they've maintained all of these years. You know what I mean? And it's waking people up to a reality that they never really knew existed, but they're going to have to start dealing with. And bro, sprinkle on top of all of that, the alien disclosure stuff that isn't coming out organically. It's being forced down our throats by the freaking government.
By the government.
Okay. Yeah. And so once you see that the government's made the shift and they're the ones propagating this narrative, you're like, hold on, you've been lying to me for a really freaking long time. Everything you guys say is a lie. Why are you disclosing this to me right now in this day and age? Why wasn't this 20 years ago? Why wasn't this 10 years ago? Why is it right now in this time with everything else that's happening in this world? And if you really want to get wild with it, then you get to the Christian conspiracy side, and they're like, oh, it's because there's a rapture coming, you know? And some Christians have been saying for a long times that a lot of Christians are just going to up and freaking disappear. Right. And so the government is preparing because they too arguably would see the signs, right? You can go through Revelation and it's almost like we're watching somebody checking off items on the list of like, this should happen, then this should happen, then this should happen.
Right.
And arguably, the government's not stupid. You know what I mean? And they've got scientists on board. They've got astronomers on board. They have theologians and priests, and all of these things are within their wheelhouse of knowledge, you know? And they would likely want to come up with some sort of game plan or some sort of, what's it called when like the military plans out a bunch of different scenarios so that if A happens, they'll do B. If B happens, they do C. If it happens differently, they always have a game plan in play, no matter what happens. But there's a name for that. It's like a military strategy, but I can't think of it.
Okay. I can't.
So if they're seeing things unfolding in a very, very specific prophetic way, it would make sense that they're like, dude, we need to come up with a reason why people might freaking disappear. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's going to be complete and utter chaos.
Yeah.
Right. And here's the thing, like, if you do believe in a rapture, this kind of circles back to where we started with the rapture stuff.
Yeah.
If you do believe in a rapture, the people that are left behind, wouldn't you think that the people left behind would be like, holy crap, that was a rapture?
Right.
Christians have been talking about this for thousands of years.
Yeah.
We should become Christian because in 7 years, Jesus is coming back because that's what the Bible said, right? That's what you would think people would do. But guess what? If you keep reading the Bible, it says that people don't repent, people harden their hearts, they get even more mad at God. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, if the government was like, no, that wasn't a rapture. Remember all those aliens we've been telling you about? That was the aliens. We've figured this might happen. If they start covering, that might be a very good reason for people not to consider the Bible as real, not to want to convert to Christianity, and not to take it literally, even though people just disappeared. You see what I'm saying?
Totally. But it's got to be such a huge event, though. Like, so if the rapture, which I'll be honest, like my whole life I believed because I was taught to believe in the rapture.
Me too.
I had no biblical, like, real understanding of it. I was just taught this, and I was like, okay, sounds cool. We're all going to be, like, cool. Hopefully that could happen to me.
Right.
And I would love that to happen. I think that'd be so.
I hope it's true.
Yeah, I hope it's true. But when you start talking and diving into it, like, you're just like, oh yeah, I don't think that actually is biblical. And I've had many discussions with people lately about that, and a lot of people from my sphere are like, they all like think I'm crazy because I don't think the rapture, so they're like, oh, which is sad, but it's hard to have like a real discussion about it. But
they're like, that Dennis on his podcast,
he drinks and smokes and all kinds of stuff,
no rapture.
Oh man, dude. It's hard because then you can't talk about anything. Like, they stop you right there. They're like, okay, nothing comes out of your mouth is like any good.
Right.
It's stupid. But okay, so back to what you're saying though. Like, yes, I agree though. Like that's the reason for all this whole, oh no, it's an alien thing. But here's a question for you though. So obviously the devil, right? Satan, knows the Bible.
Right.
I think he's a little smarter than us, right?
Been around a while.
He's been around a while. Do you think he's asking, is the rapture real? Like, I don't think he's asking that question. I think he kind of knows, like, I mean, he knows, obviously he knows what the Bible says. All this stuff that's happening, he's not being caught off guard. He's doing this.
He knows what it says, but I don't think he necessarily has any deeper insight than we do. We also know what it says. We're reading the same verses. You know what I mean? But it's not like he knows the future. It's not like he has the gift
True.
of omniscience.
True.
It even says in the Bible something along the lines of who can predict what is to come other than the one true God. Like
Right.
only God is omniscient in all of time and space. You know what I mean?
Right.
Satan's still a being. Satan's still learning. Satan's still maneuvering around what God's doing. Even there's a verse where it says, had the powers of this world known, they would have.
The rulers of this world known, they
Had the
wouldn't have
rulers-
crucified Jesus.
Yeah, had the rulers of this world known what God was doing, something like that. I can't remember that exact connecting phrase. They would have never crucified the Christ.
Right.
And people will say rulers of this world means like, oh, the kings back then. Why would they have cared? Rulers of this world or rulers of the air or the powers of the air, whatever.
Right,
Powers that be can also refer to the spiritual realm, right?
Yes.
So had
That's what I
the
think it is.
spiritual realm and Satan himself known what Christ was doing, the spiritual realm would have never crucified the Son of God.
Right.
Okay? Because by the crucifixion of the Son of God, they have been defeated.
Right.
So why would they have crucified? It was almost like a big gotcha.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know
Totally.
what I mean?
Totally. But they didn't have a Bible then, right? So the Bible was being written then.
They had
right?
the Old Testament. They had Genesis, where it says that you'll bruise his heel, but I'll crush your head.
Yeah.
And they didn't know what that meant.
But they didn't know what it meant. So, but now
See what
that
I'm saying, though?
Totally. But and I understand it back then. But nowadays with the Bible, right? So they know the outcome. They know the end.
But
They
hold on.
must know.
What do you mean with the Bible now? They had the Old Testament.
But they didn't know how it was going to play out. Like now we can see. Back then they didn't know that there was going to be a Messiah, right? Like to come, like there was going to be.
Yeah, they did. That's bro.
Okay, well, hang on.
So much of our Jesus stuff is in the Old Testament.
Yes.
So much of our future end of the world stuff is in the Old Testament.
Yes,
The only thing Revelation does, arguably, is clarify.
Okay, because obviously, yeah, even in Isaiah, right, he writes about the virgin birth, right? He writes about, so yes, I totally understand that and agree with that. But but he still was caught off guard.
Who?
The devil.
Oh, for sure.
So what I'm saying though is now that the Bible is complete and written, you think he knew his doom back then also completely?
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
Since the garden.
Okay. So then, but he's still trying. He's still trying.
Trying what?
To, just like he did when he was in heaven, he wanted to be worshipped. He's still trying to be God.
You could surmise that, but there's not really any biblical evidence that Satan's trying to be God. The only thing we get is that Satan's just causing as much havoc as he can on his way out.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Satan arguably knows that he's doomed and knows that his end is coming. And all he's trying to do is hurt God as much as he can by taking as many humans with him as possible.
Yes, I do totally agree with that.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He doesn't think I don't think he thinks he's going to win.
You don't think so?
There's no biblical argument for that.
I don't think you need a biblical argument. I think you just need pride. I had dinner with a friend from my men's group at church last week. And we got to get him on the pod, dude. He's going to be so sick. But he was like a Grateful Dead guy, follower, but deep in. That's a cult, dude. The whole Grateful Dead thing is it's not just the music. There's a reason why that guy's 80 years old and still singing. It's insane what he was telling me. And he told me that because he was on massive amounts of psychedelics, but 24/7. He woke up and would do all kinds of LSD and all kinds of stuff to just trip, and he wouldn't get off of it.
Wow.
And he would live it's just and he was told by like these entities that was like that whole space, this psychedelic space, is a counterfeit to heaven. It's what Satan designed as a counterfeit to heaven. Because you know how Satan just counterfeits everything, and he did, but I guess he created, what they're saying is that he created this, which I don't know, but he created this like,
okay, go on.
This like psychedelic space, because they like had like telepathy.
Tilapia.
They ate fish.
They have fish.
I'm sorry, but that was so funny to me. Because I can't say the freaking word. It's like astrophysicists. I can't say that word.
No,
I was like practicing. I know, but now I said it like the first time, but then the second time I'll mess it up. Anyway, dude, we got to get him on the pod. Telepathy. Thank you. There you go. I knew you'd get it. And they can talk to each other like constant, like without talking. And they were just communicating, and they're like with large groups of people, because they're all tripping and stuff. Kind of like what they're doing at John Hopkins right now, but like doing it like in Hawaii, like in the, like just on a mountain. It was like crazy stuff. And he was going so deep, and I was just like blown away by what he was saying. I'm like, dude, you got to be on the podcast. And he accepted. So we're going to get him on.
Ooh.
Yeah. He said he's never done like a public talk about this stuff. And I'm like, dude, we'd be honored to have you on. And he's just like totally loves Jesus. Like his whole life is just like radically changed. And, but he's got some gnarly stories, man. He was deep into this stuff, and, it's really cool interesting to see. Cause I think cause I honestly, the last, it's 2003, the last 3 years, I had this feeling in my mind that like in my heart, like that God's coming in the next 10 years, like Jesus is coming in the next 10 years. Like I just had this, like, I think he's coming in 10 years. And then that went down to like 5 years for a little bit. Then it went back up to like 10. And then I thought, the more I think about it, it's like, well, maybe not. Like maybe there's like another still like 50 years or something, or
Bro,
I know.
I mean, Cameron believes this is the early church. You know what I mean?
He thinks it's like hundreds of years from now.
Thousands of years. It could be any amount of time
so
from now.
He really thinks that. Okay, I'd love to talk to him about that, because
that's what are they called? Are they amillennial? No, postmillennial. That's what postmillennials believe.
Really?
Yeah.
That we're still interesting. That
this can't be the early church still.
Yeah. I kind of understand though, because when you look at like where, like we're at the baby stages of these psychedelic stuff, right? Like, dude, there's like a lot of powerful stuff in that. Like,
no,
what?
We're at the baby stages. Psychedelics have been around for thousands of years,
right?
In a much more advanced and prolific manner and culture. We have just lost touch with that and are just now reuniting with it as a Western civilization.
Right,
okay?
right. I believe
but there's plenty of places. There's plenty of places in the world that have been doing it, never stopped, and they were used way more before. You know,
true. But I think like how it's going to be integrated in culture. Well, you're right. I guess in the Western world, yeah, you're right. Because I guess if you go to India,
the reason we lost that, it's different in India, it's different in Asia, it's different in South America, it's different in Africa, it's different everywhere except for Western culture. And the reason we've lost that in the West is because of the Christian movement.
Right.
All the way back to Catholicism. You know what I mean? All the way back to the first church.
although I have a question about that, because you have like Richard Nixon, right? Like with the whole like movement against drugs, right, in the 70s, right? And they were like banning psychedelics and all this stuff. Like Nixon, like you see, when I start to see like the government start to ban stuff, I start to ask why. So do you think Biden's going to make it to the 2024 election? Or do you think he's going to die?
He's probably already dead. It's weekend at Bernie's. What do you mean?
Yeah, I think he's dead too. I think it's I think it's a double or something, or
It's a triple.
it's a triple. Yeah, they went through a few different renditions, man, because he looks different, man. He looks like at least 3 different times in the last
Yeah,
since he was
like
president.
that one image with him with a bunch of different earlobes is pretty good.
Question: how did this guy become this guy? Huh? Do you know?
Have you
I
seen
mean,
that?
there was but there was all that one, like he had like these clear markings like on his like skin right here, like bro.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's
Even
I
his-
don't know if that's real.
I don't know, man. This is just
Everything
dude.
you can't tell what's real anymore. You know what I mean? You just can't tell what's real anymore.
So what happens to like our kids, right? Like, I mean, if we're struggling with that at our age, like with AI and everything that's happening, you know, and with holograms, you have this blue beam stuff, right? Like I mean, just that video you sent me with that at the concert with that, you know,
Oh,
thing
at the
going
weekend?
into the weekend concert. That dude, that's insane, man. That was like
Yeah.
in open air.
Yeah,
That wasn't in the Sphere. I thought it was in the Sphere at first,
right.
in the Las Vegas Sphere, but it wasn't. That was open air, dude.
I don't know what happens, bro.
That looks
I don't know.
insane. I mean, if they could even do it inside, I mean, they do that stuff inside, like in a gymnasium with that whale splashing around.
Oh yeah, I saw
Like,
that.
what needs to be in the air to do that? You can't. How do you project light? It's got to reflect off something. There's got to be something in the air that we're not seeing that's already here, that they've been pumping into this with these chemtrails or something, right?
Damn, bro, you're hitting like everything on the freaking list tonight. Can you
We
make
are.
a statement? Can you make a statement that you love your life and you would never hurt yourself? Can you make
Bring
that
it on,
statement?
baby. Bring it on. Bring it on.
You know?
I just, you know, I'm not. I know where I'm going. I know where I'm going. No, Jesus is in control, man. If he wants me here, I'm here.
Yeah,
Bro, I've
for
been
sure.
Ben, on a whole nother different topic. I've been so disconnected. I know you said, I was like, oh man, you're on it. Like you're seeing all this stuff and you're watching all this stuff. But
Yeah.
my heart, my mind, dude, really though, has been so disconnected from this world like never before. Like I feel like I'm living a completely different life since this whole last year. Like,
We still haven't even talked about your experience.
I know. And it's actually a good thing because I'm learning so much and I'm getting so much confirmation throughout this last year. It's been 1 year. So I had my anniversary last week, Thursday,
Wow.
October 5th. So 6 days ago was my 1 year anniversary since Jesus like totally stepped in and radically changed my life. And it's been this incredible last year of hearing his voice, getting to know his voice. Someone asked me today, like, dude, how do you hear his voice? Like I'm trying to hear his voice. And what came out of my mouth was you have to understand his character first before you can hear his voice. And the only way you can understand his character is by reading his word. Like understanding the word and reading his word, you get to understand his character, and then you get to see him more in your life and like and hear him and see him move. And that's been happening in my life. The more I read, the more I pray, the more I sense him, the more I hear him, the more I see him. And it's really a draw close to him. He draws close to you. I mean, the Bible is perfect. The word of God has been the most important. I mean, just on Sunday, I had this, I started doing this thing about 3 months ago or so. I started fasting on Sundays and it's been so great. I'm like, why did I do this forever? Like
Fasting's great.
It is, man. It's been really life-changing for me. And I'm still not great at it. Like I don't go as long as I'd like to, but I'm every time I do it, I try to go an extra hour and an extra hour. I'm trying to add to it. And I had this little, this like 3-hour stint on Sunday where I got really, really like lonely. And because that's one thing I do deal with is just loneliness. And I was like, oh man. And I had a choice to make. I could have gone like on the couch, sat, like turned the TV on, totally like messed up my, my fast and just turned in and whatever, and started feeling sorry for myself, whatever. And then there was, I heard, you know, the download was, why don't you read? And so I sat at my table and I just started writing out and when I never really like write stuff out, but I was like writing out promises of God and just started writing them out. Dude, within 20 minutes, I was just like, I had dude, I'm telling you, it's a physical change that happens. It's not just this thing in our mind, but it's a physical change that happens where all the loneliness was gone. Like I just felt so much comfort and peace. Dude, the rest of the night was just incredible. I spent so much time with Jesus. I slept so good that night. The next morning I woke up, I was like so happy. I was just like, God, you're so good. And he's like, it's just because you spend time with me. Like,
right.
And I tell people all the time, it's your time with Jesus. There's no, I always say pray, read, praise, repeat. Like I have this thing, I've made these little stickers. I pass them out to people, pray, read, praise, repeat. Just keep doing that. Whether you have, I've seen people get off of meth, Ben, because of pray, read, praise, repeat. I've seen people get out of relationships that were really, really bad for them. Pray, read, praise, repeat. I've seen people conquer their porn addiction with pray, read, praise, repeat. It's just this thing that I just tell them, look, just turn to God. You have the tools. Just do it. Like physically do it. Just get on your knees. Like,
Do it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
We need the soundboard. But it's real, Ben. Like I say that in my men's group. I say it I'm on the care team at church. Like I every time I meet somebody, it's like, hey, okay, tell me what your day looks like. Right? Just tell me what your day looks like. And I go with them throughout the whole day. We just do an inventory of their day. And I'm like, okay, when you wake up, what do you do? Then what do you do next? Then what do you do next? Then what do you do next? Then what do you do? And we go through the whole day. And then we take an inventory of how much time they actually spend with Jesus. And I kid you not, Ben, the majority of people that I talk to is less than 10 minutes, sometimes even less than 5 minutes an entire day. And I don't even have to say anything. They just look at that and they're like, whoa.
Right.
And then I say, how do you expect to have a relationship with anybody, let alone the creator of the earth? If and I saw something on Instagram. I can't take credit for this, but someone said this: if you can't, how do you expect to want to spend eternity with Jesus if you can't spend 5 minutes with him?
Right.
Now, like it's just simple stuff, right? Like it's not profound, like crazy. And I tell people this while I'm caring for them. It's how much time do you spend with Jesus? Like, wake up a little extra earlier, go to sleep a little earlier, like put your phone away a little bit, like, stop watching TV. Just, even me.
But I have so many comments that I need to reply to on Instagram.
so you don't get jihaded?
So I don't get jihaded.
Ben, it's important, man. Like for me, football was a big thing for me, dude. I would watch every football game. I was like so crazy about football. You used to make so much fun of me.
Yeah.
And bro, the last 2 seasons, I haven't watched one full game this season. I haven't even watched like half a game. I went out with a buddy to watch a game and we barely watched. We just talked the whole time about Jesus. And I don't care. My friends are like, hey, are you in a fantasy league? Nah, dude, I don't even care, man. Like nothing. I don't care. I just even when I scroll, and I do have my time at home to watch something, I'm just like, I turn the TV on. I've just watched The Chosen. That's all I've been watching. I'm finishing my 4th time, watching it. I don't care. I think you even told me there was a show, like you said, like Utopia or something was pretty good. Was it Utopia? You liked it, didn't you? And I started watching it.
So good.
I started watching it and I was like, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 episodes in. And I'm like, yeah, I can understand why you think it's good. I do. But dude, I just didn't care. I'm just like, I don't care. I just don't care. I'm so disconnected from everything. I want to spend time with Jesus. I want to spend time with my daughter. I want to talk about Jesus. I want to read about him. I want to sing. I want to listen to Christian rap music, which is so badass right now. Dude, you turned me on to so much good music.
Dude, there's so much good Christian rap.
I get most of my good stuff from you guys. If you want to hear good Christian rap, go to this guy. We got to post on this.
Hey, I do. Listen, there's a playlist on Spotify called Menace the Menace.
You started it?
Straight bangers. Yeah.
I didn't even know this. This is amazing. Okay, great.
And straight is spelled STR and the number 8. Straight bangers. Okay.
Straight bang. I like it. I like it.
And that's the Christian rap playlist. I think there's probably a couple hours worth on there. There's some good stuff, bro. I used to think Christian rap was so lame.
It was
back in the
lame.
day.
It was totally lame.
There was like a couple cool songs. There was like a song or two by Carmen. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I went to his concerts. Have you ever been to a Carmen concert though?
No, I haven't been to a Carmen concert.
Carmen concerts are the way to go. They were amazing. I went to I think probably 4 or 5 of them. Maybe like 3 or 4. Maybe three or 4 for sure. At least 3, maybe 4.
That's incredible.
Yeah, there were at Rosemont Theater in Chicago. If you're in Chicago back in the early 90s, hit me up, comment on this because you probably went with me.
Wow.
And yeah, they're all free and they would attract.
They were?
Oh yeah, dude, Rosemont Theater. I don't know how many people. I'm so bad with like these seats, but it was a big color. No, it wasn't a theater. It was a big arena.
Cometa.
It was an arena, dude, and it would fill up. And it was all free. They would take a tithe, whatever, like an offering. But yeah, man, Carmen was on top of his game, dude.
So he was hot back in the day. I'll give you that. If you were like,
but I wouldn't call him a rapper though.
8 to 12 years of age. Okay.
Yes, back in the 90s. Yes. I wouldn't call him a rapper though. No.
I think he would call himself a rapper.
He probably would. Yes.
Okay.
At the time,
but dude, no way. Today the game's changed, man. That guy KB he's
fire, dude.
So good, bro.
Yeah,
KB.
Yeah.
I don't even know the guy's name.
Even Dax, I think we got that song God's Eyes is good. Annabelle loves that song. Annabelle is like my daughter. She's all over this stuff.
Really?
Man. She loves it. She's like, play it again. Like in the car. Dude, she loves it. I'm like, Uncle Ben showed me this. She's like, really?
Nice.
Like, yeah.
Nice. She thinks Uncle Ben's cool.
I give you credit for this stuff. But yeah, dude, KB is that whole album. That album is really good. Like
Menace the Menace, straight bangers on Spotify.
Yeah, check it out. We'll throw a link in the whatever clip this is.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, we talked about a lot of random stuff tonight. I think
it's been a while since we've been on, and I think
we're let it out.
Yeah, they're bro. You hit like 8 topics in 2 minutes. Somehow you combined all of the conspiracies into 3 sentences.
It's been a while, man. We got to get it out there. We're missing out on so much stuff.
A while.
Yeah, we've had some gear issues, and then you were out of town a little bit, right? Weren't you out of town?
Yeah.
And then man, just life. But if there's things that people who are listening, if there's things you guys want to talk about, or there's if there's stuff I said that was really stupid, or comment on it, tell us. Don't jihad us, but tell us.
Dude, I don't know if we could talk people out of that, but
hey, so when is our merch going to be up so that we can start, so people can start buying some merch? Is it close?
Some of it's close, some of it's not. Maybe I should just post whatever's ready, Yeah, it just took a while with this company, with these manufacturers. Merch by Menace the Menace coming soon. This is our little guy. This is Menace in a spaceship.
Guys, and you can clip this.
It's not bad.
No, dude, that's so sick. I love it, dude. That's the new Ralph Lauren logo.
This is Menace. He's actually a fallen angel, and he has Trump hair. Dude, I've gotten so much crap about our freaking logo from Christians, and I'm like, oh, you don't get it. It's a joke.
I know they don't. But that's the beauty.
Irony. I
know that's the beauty. Even like my daughter, she put a sticker on her school, or on her water canister in the school.
Oh, really?
Gave her a hard time for it.
Wow.
She goes to a Christian school, private school.
So funny. She's like, you don't get it. My daddy's got a podcast with Uncle Ben, Christian rap.
They're famous.
They're famous. That's so funny. Check this out. Check out the back.
I was going to ask you. Yes. There we go. There we go.
You see it?
Yeah, we see it clearly. It's so awesome. I love it, dude. You did a great job with those, Ben. Good job.
Thanks, bro. And then here's a cup my wife broke.
Oh, yeah. I thought you fixed it.
My wife busted it.
Did you have a black one too?
I do have a black one. It's a different one. But I like this one, bro. This one's great.
Yeah. Those are like those Miami Vice colors.
Yeah.
We have something else too, but we probably shouldn't talk about it.
Whoa.
You
got to run this by me first.
The merch.
What
Bro,
merch?
every time now I see your text
Bro,
message.
are you going to show that picture of me in the underwear?
No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do
Guys,
it.
we have Venice underwear.
It's amazing. It's incredible. I can't wait to get
It's incredible.
It's the best merch that we have. Like, listen.
I think I'm going to get kicked out of church.
Well, we can't show that, man. We can't
don't show the picture.
No.
No, but somehow we've got to show the underwear. But I don't know how.
Okay, if there's someone that wants to model it for us,
Yeah.
we'll send you. Okay, if you're willing to, and I think I have a couple of people in mind that are probably willing to do this. If you're willing to model this for us, we'll send you a free pair of the Menace the Menace underwear. But you have to model like a 360 look. Like it's got to be, it's got to be the front and the back.
Bro, should we just give them out for free if people model them?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Hey, and we repost.
Yes, we'll repost
Okay.
if they want us to. Yeah, and you don't have to put your face on it.
No. Yeah, you don't have to put your face.
Yeah.
Not if they want us to. If you want a pair, of free Menace the Menace.
That's
underwear.
a disclaimer. We will have to repost
Actually,
it.
I don't know, bro. I don't know if we could do this.
Cam's gonna get mad at us.
Everyone's gonna get mad at us.
Cam's always like, "No, guys, don't do this." He's like,
I'm gonna get kicked out of church, bro.
Yeah,
that would be a phenomenal campaign, though.
Do like,
I just feel like we might get some weird photos.
We're gonna get some weird photos for sure.
I don't want it. But hey, your hat came in, by the way.
Yeah, can we show everybody? Oh, why did it go to you and not to me?
Man,
dude, that actually looks really good.
This one turned out great.
Okay.
I needed to check all the prints, all the quality, everything. You know what I mean?
Dude, that's legit. Can I see the back?
The back's just a snap cap.
Okay, snap cap. Okay. And it's okay, that's sick, dude.
But
dude, I cannot wait.
Right?
Yeah, it looks good.
Okay, hold on, because a bunch of stuff came in like a couple of days ago.
Let's show everybody, man. Let's show what they're
planning on.
Let's get them excited.
I guess we can.
Let's get them excited.
This one I think turned out okay. This is the trucker. This is the trucker hat.
Okay, I like it. I'm a big trucker hat kind of guy.
Really?
Yeah, I love trucker hats. I've been wearing trucker hats for years.
It's red, white, and blue.
Yeah, definitely gonna get jihaded.
If I get jihaded, I want it to be in this hat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, shoot. It'd be great. Hey, great marketing.
Dude, you got a lot of stuff in, man. This is great.
I did. I think I got almost everything in.
Oh, wow.
Hey,
dude, can you show us the underwear? Are you wearing the underwear right now? Are you wearing the underwear?
No.
Okay.
No.
Say do it.
Maybe I could grab them and like show them. Or should it just be a surprise?
I don't know.
It'll be a surprise. It'll be in the store. It'll be in the store. Hey, these came in for you.
Yes. I really wanted those. Look how good those look. Oh shoot. Oh, those are awesome. They do look small though.
Everything's small. Like everything's a smaller size. It's so weird how they did the sizing. I don't even get it.
All right. So if you're ordering, well, I got to
put some kind of disclaimer saying like, hey, everything's smaller. Make sure you get a size larger. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But the shirt though is that a medium that you're wearing?
This one that I'm wearing right now actually turned out decent. Yeah, this is a medium.
Okay.
What else should I show?
You got a lot of stuff, dude. Okay, so we have shirts. We don't have any hoodies yet, though, right?
You want me to go grab one?
You have one?
Yeah. Hang tight. I'll clip it.
Okay, let's do it. Sick.
Bro.
Ah! And he's modeling it for us. Very nice. Does that have anything on the back or no?
This one does. Oh shoot! Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Now I can. Yeah. What?
Hold on.
I can hear you.
Something happened.
You sound great.
What the heck?
What? You can't hear me?
Oh.
The
I put
wrong
on
headphone.
headphones.
I knew it. That's what I was thinking.
Hey, actually, hold on. Let me go grab the other one too, because I have two.
Nice. Did somebody on the back here?
Hold on.
No. Okay. So excited.
Okay. I'm back.
Do you have something on the back on that? Is there anything on the
Yeah.
back of that?
Yeah, I'll show you.
How did
This
that
one-
fit?
These turned out small too.
Okay.
So
So that's like
got-
embroidered, dude. That's sick.
yeah, it's good. It's good quality embroider. It looks really good.
Man.
And then the back, let me see.
The back's embroidered also?
No, the back's
Oh,
print.
okay. Okay. Be a menace. Bro, this is so sick, dude.
And then there's also
Yeah, I love it. Are they thick at all or are they pretty thin?
they're good.
these?
They're really good.
Yeah.
They feel like, you know what it feels like? Did you ever wear like a hoodie from like a band, like a show hoodie? You know,
Oh, yeah,
from-
yeah. Okay.
That's what this feels like.
Okay.
So there's
Yeah,
that
yeah.
one, and then there's this one,
Those are white. Oh, yeah. Okay. The gray
the
one.
gray.
So it's the same. Oh, so these are not zip ups. They're pullover hoodies.
No, zip up might be a good idea. I might be
Yeah.
able to.
I
have
thought
a
they
zip.
were zips.
I might be able to
Okay.
do a zip up option with our.
Oh, that's so
banners.
cool, man. Dude, these look good.
And there's one more item.
These are
There's
good,
a
man.
couple other cups, but I don't have them. I think they're in the dishwasher, and I think Cameron has one.
Okay.
Slides.
Ooh. Should we make those bigger, the logo, or no? Like a big fat logo, or
What, a
the-
Venice? No.
no?
No.
Okay. I like the slides. I'm a slides kind of guy.
Slides kind of good. These are small too, though.
All right. Well,
And
I
that's
got
the merch.
All right. So we got flip flops, we got slides, we got hoodies, we got
Oh
t-shirts,
my
we
God.
got
Hold on. I have hats and beanies.
we have hats, we have
I'll be
trucker
right
hats,
back.
we have flatbed hats, we got
I forgot some. Hold on. And I gave Cameron one a couple of days ago when it came in. I gave him his like camo dad hat. I'll post a picture of it. I'll send it to you.
he's got a camo.
A camo one, yeah.
Nice.
Back, baby.
What we got?
Okay, hold on. This is the woman's green.
Why would it be a woman's?
I don't know,
What does that say there? I can't read it.
Menace.
'Cause it's-
but it's just
Okay,
more-
I see it. Yeah.
it's more subtle, you know.
Okay.
Uh,
It's like more classy. It's more like
and then
more.
here's the,
That's a fancy beanie. Ooh, I like that. That's so
this one's
sick.
cool, but this was supposed to be smaller.
Oh,
He
really?
wasn't supposed to be so big on the beanie.
Okay, I kind of like it though.
Big?
Yeah, because I think small would have been or turned out a little weird on that.
I don't know, bro.
I like
My
it,
hair.
too.
I also have a ponytail, so it's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
fitting well.
I like it. I can't. I don't look. Good, I don't look good in beanies.
Huh?
I can't pull off beanies. I don't look good in beanies.
You can't.
No.
Hey, I think what
I wish I
this
could.
is how kids wear it these days, though. Hey, this is how we should wear our beanies, because it's like this is our version of of the tinfoil hat.
Ah, okay.
Huh?
Oh, we should have made like a tinfoil looking one. If
Huh?
we could. Like if we could make a tinfoil hat.
I was
with
thinking of
Venice,
that, but it's too hard.
It's too hard.
Yeah, they don't have like a material. They've got one that's like kind of a shimmery metal, but it's not provided by this manufacturer.
Ah, that would be kind of
know?
cool though. Especially like perfect. We'll send him to Alex Jones. He'll rock it. He'll rock
I like your hat.
it. How'd you get so good at that, man? You
Dude, I've been
listen to him a
practicing.
lot.
I've been
Oh,
practicing
have you?
for years.
I feel sorry for your wife. She's probably like, stop.
No way,
Dude, so
bro.
okay, so we got beanies, we got hats, we got t-shirts. Did you have like a tank top also? Yeah, we have tank tops.
I don't know where it is.
But we have them though. We have tank tops, we
Yeah,
have
yeah,
hoodies,
yeah.
we have sliders, we have flip-flops, we have underwear.
Oh my god.
Dude, the underwear is the best. That's just the best.
Hey.
Okay. Let's just not show them so that they can actually go to the shop and browse and see the underwear.
Okay, well now I can't post this episode until the freaking shop is done.
Okay, yeah. All right. Well, gotta work on it. Yeah.
Makes sense though.
Yeah, that's fine.
Dude, I heard you have like an hour from 9 to 10 to scroll Instagram.
Oh yeah, I do. Damn it. That's my research time though. That's like,
Oh yeah, sure.
because if I don't do that, I won't have anything to talk about.
Yeah. Okay, great. Sure.
I'm sorry, man. And now we have merch, and we have 500 some followers on this on YouTube. We have 57,000 followers now on Instagram.
We lost some today.
That's actually why I checked. I wanted to see if it went down.
It has.
Has it really?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, bro. Don't ever warn people about the coming jihad. Just let it happen.
Just like, hey, we couldn't warn you because we're gonna lose followers.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
It was either followers or your life.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if it's your life, you're not gonna follow us anyway anymore. So
yeah, exactly.
Bro, it's getting crazy. Shit's getting crazy, man.
Yeah, whatever. Who cares? Vi ne domnu, you know.